Lesson 80.
Sein.
Lisa, would you say that our new word for this lesson is an ein word?
Yes, it behaves like an ein word.
We're building up quite a collection so far. We have ein, dein, mein, kein, and now sein, right?
Right. So in the table, you have a nice overview, and you can see again that in the nominative case, we have the same form for masculine and neuter, just a simple sein, and the feminine and plural form get an E at the end. At the accusative, always watch out for the masculine form in the singular, because that needs to get an EN. Otherwise, the forms stay the same as in the nominative.
So Lisa, when it comes to the forms of sein, there's really nothing new to learn. It's the exact same forms they know for all the other ein words, right?
Right.
So if there's any one thing about German that's easy, I would say it's the ein words.
Oh, I'm glad you see it that way. I mean, I think it's easy in that way because you're getting so many ein words. You have to repeat it so often that it's easier to automatize it.
In German, do you have a name for ein words? Do you call them Einworten or something?
No, actually, that is the first time I encountered this term in your book.
Oh.
Ein words.
You don't call them Einworte?
No.
There is one thing to talk about here, though, and that is the fact that when we translate it into English, the word sein can mean his, but it's not always clear who the word his is referring to. And I have a couple of example sentences here. We say, Mr. Jones has his dog. So in that sentence, you know the word his is referring to Mr. Jones. It's Mr. Jones's dog. But depending on the context of the sentence, his could be someone other than who the sentence is talking about right there in that spot. If you say, Mr. Jones has his dog, it could be referring to Mr. Jones. But as far as the context goes, the word his could be referring to someone other than that, someone who was referred to in a different sentence or a different part of the sentence. So you really have to look at the context for the English word his, and also for the English word her. You just have to be aware of who it's referring to. Lisa, would you say it's the same way for the word sein in German?
Yes, so hopefully our listeners will just have enough text around this word that it's easy to figure out what it refers back to. But sometimes it's a little ambiguous, and then you have to take a careful look.
Okay, so in the future, we're going to teach you more about the word sein. There's more to know about that word. But in the meantime, just know that you have to look at the context to understand fully who it's referring to.